Hey, 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 it's the boat doctor here. It's gonna rain tomorrow, I bet you. It's starting to get cool again. It's been a cold year. Anyway, hey, this is a new, improved Duckworth Advantage. Now, this is like night and day between the old ones, like a lot of part of 22, 23. Changed it, it almost looks like a Navigator instead of an Advantage. They stubbed the nose a little bit there, you can see that. This is about 20 feet overall, 18 foot. You got dual wipers. Did a kind of a neat door there with the canvas, which makes it really nice because that way you can get out without having to snap it. They put a gutter system in it. So this boat's actually pretty dang nice the way they figure that door out. That's a 2-pin house with grease fittings on it. You can grease those. But if you didn't want that window, you can just pop it out. But see how they did the canvas up on top? So that should keep the water from coming in, but you can get right out with having to unsnap and snap it, kind of like what the Hughescraft does with the zipper. But this is better actually. And you got your horn there, shallow deck. That's what you want. You don't want the deep decks, because if you did take water in here, which is almost pretty hard to do, but if you did, it's going to hit and just bounce out, and then the remaining is just going to go out them large scuppers. That's a window stop. They put a toe kick rail here as well. If you come down with the bow here, it will hit here instead of a flat side. You can come up and over. This way it will hit here and shoot it back down. Same thing with this little reverse chine here. That shoves that water outwards. Got a nice thick keel up on top. Nice welds. Look at the size of them scuppers. Some are big. That's your gas vent, a little chrome one, LED light. Fuel tanks here. I put in 20 gallons of Supreme. Spare tire, you got a swing tongue, 2-inch ball with a pico pole. I added some brake fluid. You got to make sure this is all the way out to take this cap out. And if say you backed up, someone didn't have a round 7, you can just rotate that over and you can back up in reverse. The cables, always make sure if they're cracked, replace them. Easy loader double dip galvanized. You got chine guide, gear bath oil hubs, brown good, white bad. You got the black inserted polished aluminum, disc brakes. Wow. You got 2x6 with slicks. You got the good top. They put the canvas stitched around your square stock frame. Now the square stock frames are a lot better because they're more stable. And with this here, this is basically, I think Duckworth is the only one that will cover a top, towable top, because they don't have it straight up like this. They gradual slope, but they use a powder coated square stock like right here, so that really enforces them. And this has got a lot of room. I think this is a 45-gallon tank. That's an inspection cap right down there to get to your sending units and your vents and your fill. There's another cap up there. Storage box seats, you got 2 with flip down backrest, so that's nice. Compartments, boom boom, and I'll show you the inside. You got your rails welded on downrigger pads. Really, I mean, that's a nice boat, nice and wide. This must be damn near I'm gonna say it's a 72-inch bottom, so that's 6 feet. Heavy reverse right there, zinc on the back. You can mount your down or not downrigger, but transducers back there. You got a T99 with 11x7 with a 25 Yamaha gear case. That's the idea of these high thrusts. You got your trim right here. This is a remote. Quick disconnect for your fuel for the kicker. There's your stop right there. So what I do on this a lot of times, see how this, I think they may have put okay, they made it a little harder, but a lot of times they didn't have this little bushing, and then it would work in. You'd hit to trim it down up front, that damn thing would be pushed in, then you have to come up, trim up the motor and pull it. So they did make this a little harder to push in now, which is good. Tie bar right there. You got your drain plug. They did put the flange on the outside of the ET bracket towards the back, the pod, the slight delta, high-speed delta. So that keeps that water from shooting up and spraying up on the side of your motor. And these got a thrust of a 25 horse. You see the opening right here. Boom, we sell a lot of these. Almost every boat leaves with a 9.9 high thrust. So you got more, release the back pressure, so you got more backup power. Oil drain. There's your, just a heads up if you weren't peeing water out, your P-tube here. And then you took it home, you put it in tank, and it still wasn't. Take this off, and if you see like little black rubber in that, that means your impeller is gone, okay? That's one way to check to make sure. You got zincs, both of these on every cylinder and on the block. So you got 4 here and 2 on 2 cylinder here, and you got 4 cylinder here. And then you got zincs here, you got zincs up underneath, you got zincs here. And this is 13 by 15, or did they go 7? Yep, 13 by 15 aluminum, 115 vmax. These turn 6300. That's your motor stop there. When you raise it up, you go like this and you raise it until it clicks down, and then just barely hit it to where it rests on here. You don't keep your finger on it. You can blow those out and they don't cover those. Do the first service through a Marina or Yamaha dealer. After that, you can do it yourself. Pretty easy. Yamaha doesn't care. I would change that at the beginning of the season, not when you put it away. That's how you check your gear oil. That's how you drain it. There's your intake there. Then you got freshwater flush on both of these motors, and here's an oil drain here. So these are super easy. Give me 40 minutes sipping a cup of coffee, now I could get the oil changed and filters in 40 minutes. Both of these really easy. Corrosion X, this is cable steer, so Corrosion X is, because it's a little draggy here, if you use that Corrosion X, it makes it slick, so it frees up the steering sometimes. There's your freshwater flush, and that's your backstop. You undo that, put your hose in it. Do not start the motor if you're just using this one only. Ladder, a good 3-stepper, so just make sure you put the pin in this one. That's an important one, because if you flop this down, don't have that, you step on that, boy, you're going to go falling over, and it's going to go between your ankles, and you're going to be in some pain. So if you're not going to use it, you're just going to use a 2-step, make sure that pin's in. 2024, grab handle. Your bath oil hubs look good, and I think it's like 90, like I think I said 94. I think it's 92-inch beam on this, 72 bottom, sides I think it's about 34. Yeah, that's pretty deep actually. The bigger boys are like 36. So this hole's damn near, I think it's a 13. No, 14 in the rear. Probably 23 by 28 bow. So that's almost like the Navigator actually. Oh, here. Huh. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 20 feet overall, 92 beam, 34 sides, 72 bottom, 28 degrees, 2314, huh? 42 gallon tank. I said 45, so I was off a little bit there. So that's not bad. Then come up into here, and this one here, first time this going out, and this is the first one I ran of this new design. This is basically like a 21 foot or a 20 nav, because they're about the same, because I think in the 21 nav, Pacific navs, they were like a 14 by 29 degree, if I remember right. There's your wash down hose, that works. And of course, if this is off, make sure you put this cap on or turn that valve off, because if you don't, your water's going to pour in here if you're not using the hose. Here's a little storage, or you can put a battery back there. There's your fuel for your quick disconnect. Lockable, clear coat, wash down pump, easy access, battery. And they did a nice thing, instead of having the other floor drain in here, they put little drains right here, so if you did take water, it's going to go through there and here. And here's your primer valves. Right here is your seacock valve, and that's for that wash down, so if you had a leak between there and there. And this also has got your, for your antifreeze in the winter time, you can just pump antifreeze right in that right there and run your pump, and it will get through all the lines in your pump. So that's kind of a neat feature. Battery switch right here. Here's your little drains right here that goes into the bilge. So that makes it nice. It goes up against here and bounces on down. There's auto bilge pump, your 10 microns, in your mini. Use Yamaha is what I would suggest. And then I'm going to pump this up since it's new. There you go. Pole holder, that one right there is for your anchor light storage. You got another one of those right up there. So that's pumping up good. Storage again. And there's your other batteries, so they offset the batteries for weight. Okay, I'm still pumping this, and then this is for the kicker. I'm gonna switch arms. Oh, neck and back, a little on the aging side. So it's kind of hard for me. I don't have much strength in these hands anymore. Not to complain, I always look at it, there's always someone else worse off. So I just keep trucking, or keep boating, you'd say. So there you go, and then I'll pump it some more once I get the main one started. And here's the seats, 2 pedestals, cup holder, USB port, I wonder. Yep, 2 of those, that's working. Little storage right here. VHF ICOM. Hour meter. Turn this baby on right here. Tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, half a tank. 0 hours. Wiper. Left does both, right does the starboard. Nav lights, bilge pump, yep, that works. Accessory and accessory. 12 USB, yep, 2 USB ports. This is a Marine. It's an element sounder and a dragonfly, but this could be the element too. I maybe jumping the gun a tad. And then right up under here's, see how it says raw water shutoff valve right there. So if you're not, say you just leaving the park or the boat parked, I would leave that valve up. So that means this fish box in here is going to drain, but if you close that valve, the water is going to stay up in there. But if you want to use it for crabbing and fill that box up, you can fill it up, close the valve, and it stays there. When you want to drain it, just open the valve right here and it drains it. Just a little bit of storage up under here. And actually, except for rainwater,